Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin from the eCloud Valley Managed Services team. Today, I want to share a common situation. Many teams only open their AWS bill at the end of the month, or even wait until costs suddenly spike, before scrambling to figure out where the money went. But in reality, cloud costs don't just appear at the end of the month. They accumulate every day, even every hour. So today, I'd like to talk about why you can't just wait until month end to check your bill, and how Atlas helps you bring governance into your daily routine through budget tracking and overspending alerts, so you can truly stay in control of your costs. Today, we're going to explore three key points. First, why budget mechanisms play such a critical role and bring real value in cloud financial management. Second, how to set budgets and usage limits in Atlas and receive real-time alerts before overspending occurs. Third, how to shift from the passive approach of checking bills only at month end to a proactive daily governance habit. In other words, this is not just about learning how to use a tool, it's about building a sustainable and effective cloud governance practice. Let me guess a scenario. See if it sounds familiar. One morning, you open your inbox and find an AWS billing notification. Your heart skips a beat. Why is it so much? You click in, only to see that EC2 has cost you hundreds, and S3 data transfer fees have suddenly spiked. Your mind goes blank, and you start digging through reports, chasing colleagues, trying to figure out who used what, and when. Does this situation sound familiar? The truth is, it's not just you. Most companies, and even experienced engineers, have faced the same problem. Why? Because we've all gotten used to checking bills only at the end of the month. But here's the real issue. Cloud spending doesn't happen just at month end. It accumulates every single day, even every hour. So if you only look once a month, it's like driving while staring only at the rearview mirror. By the time you notice something's wrong, it's often already too late. When people see their bill suddenly spike, the first reaction is often, did someone spin up resources carelessly? Or is a department overspending? But in reality, from our experience, 90% of anomalies are not waste, but simply things that no one caught in time. Here are a few common examples. An EC2 instance left running after testing, a new feature launch that generates unexpected cross-region traffic, or a sudden surge in data volume. At first, these might only add a few $100s, but without an alert mechanism, they can quickly snowball into thousands or even tens of thousands. Some people might think, then I'll just check the bill every day. But do you really have the time? Engineers are busy with meetings, deployments, bug fixes. It's impossible to reconcile every line item on a bill daily. Even if you try, you'd still have to pull reports, run Excel, and cross-check across accounts. By the time you finish at month end, the money is already gone. So the real issue isn't waste, it's the lack of a proactive alerting system. Imagine if that forgotten instance triggered a warning when costs hit 50% of the budget. You might overspend by a few hundred, not a few thousand. That's the value of budgets. They're not a restriction, but a clear boundary, helping you know when to break and when to adjust. And with automated alerts, you don't need to open the bill every day. You can still keep costs under control and prevent overspending. And this alerting mechanism, that's where Atlas comes in. It's not just a billing tool, but your best partner in daily cloud governance, helping you turn cost control into a true habit. Atlas helps you build three essential governance habits. First, set budgets and limits in advance. Every account and every project has a clear spending boundary. It's not about reconciling at month end, it's about drawing the red line from the very beginning. Second, real-time alerts along the way. When costs approach or exceed the threshold, Atlas notifies you automatically. You don't need to check the bill every day. Atlas does the watching for you. Third, ongoing trend tracking. Atlas plots your daily spending curve so you can instantly spot unusual spikes or outliers across accounts, allowing you to assess early and act before it's too late. These three actions aren't extra burdens, they form a sustainable rhythm of governance. Like exercising or keeping a budget, over time they become second nature, helping you shift from reactive management to predictive and proactive governance. Let's take a look at the cost management page in Atlas. At the top, you'll find three key indicators: over budget account, Currently, one account has exceeded its budget, reminding us to take immediate action. Warning account. One account is nearing its budget, serving as a yellow light warning. Total monthly budget, displayed on the right, currently set at USD 12,000. Scrolling down, you'll find the budget list. Each row represents the budget settings for an account. For example, the first account has a budget of $3,000, but spending has already exceeded $5,000, over 100%, a complete overrun. The second account has a budget of $9,000, with current spending of over $8,000, reaching 93%, close to the limit. If you want to see more details, click View. To adjust the numbers, click Edit. If a budget is no longer needed, simply click Delete. In short, this page quickly shows which accounts are over or nearing budget, helping you act before month end. Next, if you want to add a new budget, click Create Budget in the upper right corner. On the left, under Basic Information, first give the budget a name, then choose the linked account it applies to. The budget starts from the start month, and you may set an end month to limit the period, or leave it blank for no limit. In Budget Method, select the Calculation method, and finally enter the budget amount, for example $9,000. On the right, the budget preview shows historical spending in a chart, helping you check whether your budget is reasonable. Below is the threshold setting. You can set an alert when spending reaches, for example, 80% of the budget, helping you hit the brakes early. Finally, the Budget Alert Recipient section lets you add email addresses of those who should receive notifications, such as IT staff or project managers. You can add multiple recipients to ensure someone always sees the alert. With that, your budget setup is complete. Once budgets are set, you can use Atlas's billing report to easily monitor spending trends and spot abnormal accounts. At the top, you'll see three key figures: total cost, total spending for the period; average daily cost, daily average spending; monthly growth, a critical indicator. Sudden spikes or unusually high growth without major projects signal risk. The budget versus cost chart, blue bars equals daily spending, orange line equals budget, makes anomalies clear. If a blue bar spikes or exceeds the orange line, that day is likely a critical anomaly. Click the bar, and the resource list below will filter to that day's spending, helping you pinpoint unusual services, trace the cause, and take action, whether by alerting engineers or shutting down wasteful resources. In short, just like managing household utility bills, keeping an eye on growth and charts lets you detect issues early and act before they escalate. Through Atlas, you will gain 4 core values: clear boundaries, set budget limits to keep costs in check, early alerts, get notified before overspending, forecast risks, predict trends and act in advance, smarter decisions, share insights for faster teamwork. Back to the question we started with, do you still want to wait until month end to check your bill? You don't need to be a financial expert, and you don't need to watch the bill every day. With Atlas, by setting budgets, enabling alerts, and tracking trends starting today, you'll not only know where the money is going, but also clearly know when to stop, adjust, or optimize. Atlas turns billing pressure into a transparent, automated rhythm of governance, making cost management part of your everyday workflow, not a month-end nightmare.